Okay. Let's just see what we... Well, right off the bat, new Game Gear thing popping up already. Kaitou Saint's Tale. Alrighty then. Okay, our first Game Gear game, which is actually picked by Lexy. No, I'm not going to reset and try and figure out what she said there. I don't think it's worth it. Looks like we have some kind of a magical girl game, though. Yeah, we are very much in the realm of a magical girl kind of game. Perhaps based on an anime. Let's do a bit of searching and find out. Oh yeah, this is definitely based on an anime and or manga. Okay, let's see what sort of game we're in for. We have story mode, 1-player and 2-player minigames, so there we go. Okay, we have story to get through. We had all sorts of colored crystals. Where's that? Well then. None of the buttons do anything at the moment. Pause, and that's it for now. This is a bit different than what I expected. Let's see, what are those? There we go. Holy... Well now. So that sure is a thing. Okay. Yeah, let's load that and save that for... I don't even know what. Ooh, there's another one. And the unfortunate thing about this Fusion emulator that I'm going to be using for GameCube games is that the turbo button is the backspace key, which is a little bit annoying to get to for normal use, and also the fact that it goes to like 10,000% speed, so for regular gameplay it's basically not an option. It's only going to be used for getting past a story like that. So one of my favorite gameplay devices will not be accessible to me. We have multiple arrows going here, so let's go into this left arrow. Let's see just what we have going on here. Let's try and... Oh, well, yeah. And they do different things depending on stuff. And do they stay dead, or... No, they get right back up. Okay, so that's... seems to be only for temporary... Okay, this game... Minigame 2. Well then. So I guess we're finding the differences, or... Oh, please don't tell me I... Jeez, I wasn't even really looking. Eh? Oh, I guess it just keeps doing that. Okay, there's a difference there. And there's a moon that's not showing up. There and there. Where else? There's a dot underneath the upside down too when the bow is changed. How many do I need to get? How many are there? There's a red heart instead of a white one up there. Okay, I guess that was everything. And yeah, that seems to be it over there. So what happens if we run into him? We lose a life. Okay. So, noted. Don't run into any of the guards. And I see now, each of the different buttons, you know, A, B, and C, is a different magic apparently, so I guess that explains that. Well, also good to know, we can go ahead and pick up the cards that we already did. Although, I don't think I'm going to be playing this for overly much longer for that to be truly necessary. Sort of a lack of knowing what's going on, what specifically I'm trying to accomplish, other than playing minigames for the hell of it. Can we go into the houses and play? No, we cannot. Okay. There's a minigame over this way somewhere. So what are we playing now? Game 5. Something else to do with panels. Oh boy! We get to put a puzzle together. Kind of, sort of, essentially. Oops. Also, I don't think it actually tells me when I put panel down in the wrong spot, so I have no idea if anything is in the right spot as of yet. Guess we'll figure it out as we go and get more... No, that's obviously not right. Maybe more like that, and like so. There. Okay. No. Don't know where most of these edge pieces will go. Gives you a really generous amount of time for getting it done, however. Don't think there's really any way possible you could fail to get this accomplished with the amount of time that they give you for it. And now it's just rearranging these until all the border pieces look correct. One that has... Yeah, that goes... Yeah, that... There we go. Okay. Now we just gotta figure out all the rest of this. Like maybe like so. There we go. Okay. Oops. Oh well, no real matter, we have plenty of extra lives to go around. That's what I get for reading the chat, though. Music is pretty decent, I have to say. Not really amazing, but for the Game Gear, it's quite good. Although I would say that, on the whole, Game Gear music is mostly better than Game Boy Color music, so shouldn't really get too many things that are horrendously bad as we explore the depths of the Game Gear. Let's try that thing in the upper right corner, because I'm not sure where else we can go at the moment. Not liking this maze layout, it's rather annoying. Let's see what this magic does. She's definitely saying something time. It does sound like she is saying pizza time, but it just doesn't really match with her actions. I don't know what that would be to do with, you know, normal magic type stuff like she's doing, and that's not even the one I wanted, but it doesn't matter. We got 2 minigame. What number are we on? 3, anyways. And Build in the chat makes an incredibly good point. Having pencils shoved into your ears is generally more pleasant than most Game Boy Color music. What? So, that was a thing? What? Well, it's kind of like a slot machine, except... Well, I guess it is basically a slot machine. Sort of, like... It's worse than the sort of slot machine, like... even the one you find in Mario Bros. 3 when you're playing with the Toad. I'd say it's closest to that, except trying to figure out when to hit A to stop it where you want seems to be... yeah. So how much more of this do we have to go through? Oh! Whoa! Suddenly I sped through game over. Whoopsie! Did not mean to do that, but... I'm gonna say, oh well, this has been Kaitou Saint Tail. I'm sure there's another couple of minigames in there somewhere, but maybe even an actual plot. I think I am basically done with this game, and I wouldn't really recommend trying to track this down. There are far better and more interesting collections of minigames out there.